Hey there, I'm James, your growth executive with this week's Learning on the Growth Tactics series. This week, we're going to talk about customer retention. I'm jumping into customer retention after having just done marketing qualified lead because retention will tell us whether we are fulfilling the promises that are made and if we have the right customer to begin with. Now, as I mentioned earlier in one of my startups, we were having a significant issue with churn. It just kept churning and churning and churning. And it wasn't until we identified, hey, actually, these are our proper customers. And I had a board member say, look, I don't care about churn globally. I don't even care about net churn. What I care about is net churn on ICP, ideal customer profile, from the targets we previously discussed. Give me that number. Yeah, we don't want to lose any revenue, but we definitely don't want to lose revenue for who we said is an ideal customer. So taking a look at that early on helps inform our marketing practices and our onboarding practices to help us really nail that down. Now, one of the caveats I'll say first off is that when you're talking the third KPI, what we call the growth KPIs, which I've covered before, but if we're talking that, we really want the moment of wow, because the minute a customer says, man, I get what you're doing and I want more of it, or this is incredible, or how do I, whatever, right? Or the usage of your product shoots up, right? And in our case, one of our startups, we know that if we can get them to a certain point by day 90, we will keep them for about 3 to 4 years. Okay. So that's very important for us to know that because we work very hard to make sure we get them to set point on day 90 because we want to keep them for 36 or 48 months, right? That's very important. Now, the moment of wow is sometimes hard to get to though as a startup. This takes time and there's no shortcut. It just takes time. It takes conversations. It takes iteration. It takes that agility and development and in marketing to really perfect this over time. Okay, so not knowing that, the closest measurement we have to whether we're solving real problems for the right people is churn. And just a quick definition of churn, it's when people cancel. All right. So if you're not doing it today, please start immediately capturing feedback in the churn process. In my case, I give a gift card and a promise of some retention benefit if they stay. They can maybe renew in what we call the pause plan. So there's some different things I do to try to keep them and capture that. We recover about 30% of our churn. 30% of the people that say, hey, I'm going to cancel end up not canceling because we give them a way to stay. But about 60%, 6 out of 10 people will tell us why they're leaving in the first place. Now, I give them a little Starbucks gift card because it's worth a lot more to me at that point, right? So taking that information back into marketing and into onboarding and even into product itself allows me to really facilitate that. Now, some experts will argue that it's 6 to 10 times more expensive to capture a new customer than to retain one that you've already got. So think about that. All of your customer acquisition costs, all that marketing spend, all of that energy up front, all those sales commissions out the door, if you can capture that customer and then recapture that customer and keep them over time, reducing the churn, if that's the path to success and the revenue, because at that point you've incurred all marketing costs. It's pure dollar profit at that point. Falls to the bottom line a lot faster, doesn't it? Okay, so as a founder, one of the things I look for is that we know we have customers that are living in pain. We want to move them to the promised land of our product. There's some danger that they're perceiving, some reason why they need to make that jump. Our product is going to help them bridge that gap. To the degree that we do that successfully and keep them over time and they don't cancel means we got it right. Now, here's another quick diagram. This is from the product-led growth model. So sales, marketing, and onboarding will move people from decision to, kind of up channel to get them to actually act on the marketing in the first place. So better lead magnets that are more relevant to their pain, checklists that are more low funnel, things that they need to actually start up front in the process will mean that they're further along when they engage with either your product in a free trial or potentially in a sales conversation. I can't help it. I work with a lot of demo-led motions. They tend to have a lot of pain, so they bring me in often. But product-led, same thing. All right. We take what we know to be true about the product's successful implementation and we roll that into marketing through the process of onboarding. Now, as a founder and as a product team, whether you own the company and you're the CEO, the founder, or whether you're the product owner, your job is to fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Great book by that title, by the way. I highly suggest that you go get that and read that. Happy to talk to you more about that in our call if you call me. So fall in love with the problem just means this. I don't care about the solution that we're building. I really don't. At the end of the day, I'll build something else if it solves your problem better. I just care about solving your problem. Am I solving the right problem for the right people in a way that is make it clear? Will they'll actually buy it? And am I solving a nickel problem or can I solve a $1,000 problem, right? Because there's a big gap there in the kinds of problems that we're solving. Listen, I'm assuming as a tech company, you can build anything. Build the thing that people want and communicate that clearly. Start with the end in mind and reverse engineer that. As I said, just fall in love with the problem. Customer conversations starts on the front end as well as the back end. Mitigate churn, have those conversations, find out why people are leaving, incentivize that if you need at some level. Get on the phone, understand that, move that into your marketing, and you will do wonders at retaining more revenue. I'm James, the Growth Executive. As always, scan the QR code or hit me on my website at tg.llc. Happy to jump on a quick call, work you through this. I look forward to our next conversation, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day.